Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. What's up, everybody? This is Rap Diaries, where we talk all things hip hop, industry, and such. This is season 2, episode 4, and today we got a special guest. He's an artist. He's a rapper. He's just dropped a new album called Riverside Story. It's got some captivating lyrics and a positive message. He's just a real cool, humble guy. Let's welcome young Seda to the show.
Let's give it up. Give it up.
Hey, what's good? What's going on?
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Let the audience calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
Get right into it.
Settle down, y'all. Settle down.
All right, so how did you come up with your artist name?
So, it's crazy because, like, man, this was like in middle school, man. Like, middle school, like, had to be like in 2012. I mean, for me, that feels like a long time ago, but, you know. Yeah, so it was 8th grade. I was bored in class, and at the time, I was, like, into an artist named Hobson. And
Hobson, I remember him.
his artist name, well, his real name is Marcus Hobson. So I was like, yo, that's cool how he like did something with his last name, you know? So I was like, let me try to do something with my last name. My last name is Paredes. And I wrote it backwards, which says Setter Rap. You know, that was too long. And I was like, let me change a letter. So I made it Setter Rap. And like when I would go on the tracks and rap and stuff like that, I would always say like Young Seda in the beginning, kind of like, I think I got it from, subconsciously I got it from like Drake when he was like Young Money.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, people just like in high school when I was like making like little mixtapes or whatever, I was still going by Seda Rap, but everyone that like listened was like Young Seda in the hallway and everything, and I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm gonna go with that name.
Yeah.
It's always cool when the fans give you the name. You don't gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what's up. At what point do you become Seda and drop the young?
Oh man.
I was like, when did Young Jeezy become Jeezy?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I heard that a lot from like people. I heard that a lot. To be honest, man, I think it's just like more of like a spirit thing, you know, like being young, you know, like, you know, being childlike, you know, not like immature, like childish, but like, you know, being creative, innovative. Like you think of a child, man, they not scared of anything. They'll get on a roller coaster, no matter, like, you talk to like a maybe 30-year-old, you know, they might be like, I don't know, man, I'm chilling. You feel me? Final Destination happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, Final Destination, I think, ruined a lot of people's
nah, for real.
I think you should never drop the Young. You should always go by Young Seda.
Appreciate
like you were
that,
saying,
man.
it's just the energy.
Yeah, man.
You could be Young Seda and be, I don't know,
40 with kids.
80. 80s. BB King was still doing it in his 80s.
Was he Young BB King?
No, I think he died on tour.
Oh.
He went to the very end, man.
That's real.
That's what's up. That's a good life right there, man. That's a good life.
That's inspirational.
So how did you get started in music and in rap?
Yeah, so, man, when I was like 8 years old, I had an oldest brother. I got 3 brothers. My oldest brother's named Manny. Shout out Manny. I remember in the living room, he would make beats. We had like this like family computer in the living room, and he would make beats on FL. It was probably like FL2.
Oh, yeah.
Or like something. And he was making beats on there, and he was rapping. And I would be like upstairs because he'll have the music blasting. And I'll be upstairs like secretly trying to come up with some bars to impress him. Because I mean, as a young brother, you know, you look up to your older siblings and, you know, so. But then it started to become more like something that I want to pursue after I met a friend of mine at elementary school. Shout out Zan Jupiter. Met him in elementary school. And it was around career day where, you know, everyone was given like who they wanted to be. People were saying doctors, lawyers, firefighter, policemen, and stuff like that. My guy Zan said, I want to be a rapper. And the teachers and the counselor was like, be a rapper? What do you mean rapper? Oh, you want to be like Jay-Z? Rap when you 40? And it was like trying to make fun of him. But it piqued my interest. And then once he like, you know, told like the reason why he wanted to be a rapper, it was all vanity. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, "Yeah, man, you'll be loved." And I was like, my little conscious fourth grade self's like, "Man, I want to be loved." You know what I'm saying? And so,
Everybody wants to be loved, you know.
you know what I'm saying? So,
There's some of
um,
that.
yeah. But then it became more personal once I started listening to Hobson. And I, kind of gradually got into like finding music for myself rather than like relying on a radio or my brothers trying to fill up songs on an iPod,
Yeah.
like just going out on the internet and searching. Yeah.
Word. So I believe it's one of your singles from the album, Bucket 26.
Yes.
So what's the story behind Bucket 26? Like what is that? What does that mean?
Yeah. So the bucket. So I'm from Riverside Projects. That's like where I grew up at. Mom's been there since my oldest brother was 2 years old. So yeah, we was there for a while.
Word.
And so when I would like tell people, like older people, like where I'm from, number one, they wouldn't believe me. They'll be like, "What? Who? What? Where? Like, you're not from there. You from Bear?" And I'm like, "Yo, stop trying to play me, bro. Like, nah."
Man.
Yeah, but granted, like there's not. I mean, now it's more Hispanic people in that neighborhood, but before it wasn't that many. So the people who were there were like my cousins as well. So like, yeah, small family. But yeah, the people just be like, "Oh, you from the bucket?" And I would say like, "Yeah, I'm from River, this and that third." They'd be like, "Oh, you from the bucket?" And I'm like, "Bucket?" And I'm like 8 years old at the time, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess that's what they call it." And then I kept hearing it, and then that's when shout out Richard Raw, man.
Word.
I remember like a couple years ago when we was doing a lot of stuff together in the summer, he showed me a record from back in the day in the 90s with Grand G and Project X, and they made a song called Riverside Bucket 26, which went like crazy at the time. And I was just like, "What? Yo, I didn't know like Delaware had like history like from the 90s and all of that. Like you don't hear about that, you know?" So, yeah, when I was making this album, A Riverside Story, I thought of Riverside Bucket 26, and then I was like, "Yo, let me make a song called Bucket 26."
Yeah.
And then I got my boy producer, my guy Zeke, to produce the track. He heard Riverside Bucket 26 and decided to sample it. I got the blessing from Grand G, and the rest was history.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah,
shout out,
that song
shout
goes
out to
hard,
them.
man.
Thank you.
That's to tear the club up right there.
I appreciate that. Yo, to be honest, I wasn't even gonna release that song because I was so like, like when you creating, you just kind of like throwing stuff at a wall. You're like just, okay, maybe you got a concept for an album, and now you're just trying to get your words out and flow.
Yeah.
I had made that, and like, I mean, I don't know if y'all deal with it, but sometimes you make something that may be so different or unique, and you just be like,
Is it really me? Should I drop it?
yeah, like, is it really, how, like, is it really good, And then I showed my manager and a couple homies, and they was like, "Bro, this is fire."
Yeah.
And then, we got to work on it.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel you. There's everything I make. I'm like, is this good? Should I try to put this out but it's
There's so many hits that just almost didn't happen because
Mm.
the artist like, I'm not putting this out, and then someone else is like, no, you are.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like usually it was like probably back in the record label days. It was like when they had a lot of power, and they're like, no, you're putting this song on. This is your single.
Yeah.
for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
there's probably a lot of singles that almost didn't happen.
But that's a
Yeah.
part of the process. I feel like we're all
Yeah.
our own worst critics, so we're always gonna question what we're doing to an extent,
It's just how artists are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word. What do we got next? Sucio.
So you dropped the Riverside Story,
Yes.
and I thought that the album cover was dope. I was like, oh, like that's Wilmington, and it's like so much of Delaware is like suburbs and rural, and
Yeah.
like we got a whole city that people don't really, like you were saying, like back in the 90s, like I didn't know that people were
Yeah.
doing stuff like that. So it was just like an autobiographical whatever word I'm trying to say type thing.
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely just talking about my experiences. So in the song, some of it's like stuff that I experienced, like street lights. Me and my boys was walking at night, and I mean, one of them got jumped. One of us got jumped, but not all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I almost got jumped. That's what I say. But yeah, that happened. That was crazy. And then there's other tracks like Pain where I'm like, talking about people that I knew that, kind of wanted to fit in, they was bullied.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine, man, R.I.P. Tyreek, man, like we would hang out, we'll, play on the games, like on the Xbox, play wrestling games. We'll even like play box and stuff like that. When we had like during the summer, put the gloves on, we all just, sparring and stuff like that. But one of his things that happened was, he was bullied, and he did what he could to fit in. It's like sink or swim. Joined a little street thing or whatever, and got himself caught up, and like, you're not here no more. And I remember just thinking about that, like, dag, man, like, he's a good kid, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
him, having issues, being different, and it's kind of like he had to like go with the crowd in order to, have people off his back. So yeah, I talked about that on the track. So some of this stuff is what I've seen, some of this stuff is what I experienced. All in all, it happened in River, so we call it a Riverside Story.
Yeah.
So.
I just had one quick question about. It's not a song on there. News report. Was that just
Yeah.
like news reports that you just like took clips of and put together, or was it just like?
Yeah. So my producer Zeke, shout out to him. He was able to string along a couple things that happened in Wilmington or in Delaware. Primarily like in, different neighborhoods, whether it was East Side, West Side, South Bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it, tells a story about, how it is growing up in a, impoverished neighborhood, struggling and just trying to find your way, being at like the lower class level. So, that's where it came from.
Or
Yeah.
all right. So what is I guess we kind of talked about it a little bit. What's your creative process like when you approach a song?
Yeah. So I prefer to write to a beat because I don't know, that's just how I kind of go about like doing it. How I started off, I'll listen to beats and then I'll write. Monkey Hill, I was able to write that like half of it. I was able to write half of it with no beat. Just the voice memos on my phone, just hit record, just started rapping to nothing and then putting it together. But usually I'll rap to a beat. I might start off freestyling, be like, oh, I actually like how I started that off, or I like how I ended it off, and then I'll like piece it together like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever like I'll like mumble.
Yeah, I did that recently. Shout out to the kids at Kumba Academy. I was offered, invited to come over, mentor some of the kids recently last week. I brought my bro Zan with me because, he's still a rapper.
Yeah.
And he's doing his thing. Shout out, bro. And, he was able to help the kids produce. And when I was working with one of the students there, he actually told me that he would like mumble and catch like a flow.
Yeah.
And then he would like write the words to the flow. And I remember doing that when I got back home. And I was like, yo, like this is cheat code. Like I done made like,
It's
you know what
totally
I'm saying?
different, right?
Like, yeah, like I done wrote a 16 like that fast. Like, wow. So yeah, man, I'm still, student to the game, learning it, trying to, master it.
Yeah, it's different ways to come up with it.
Yeah. Yeah. When I write, I feel like I'm always thinking rhythmically and thinking like what flow or whatever is gonna fit the beat, and then I try to write the lyrics to that. It's like the exact same thing. But obviously it varies too, depending on how I come up with the inspiration for it or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll just write something out. Sometimes I feel like with the stuff that me and you do, I more like just write it out, and then I'll come up with the flow. But like if I'm just doing like one of my songs, just me and myself, then I'll do the mumbling thing,
Yeah.
and then I'll write.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like the flow is, I don't want to say more important, but to an extent, the flow is like just as important as the lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like,
your voice is like another instrument. So
Yeah.
if it
you really wanna
doesn't
listen to
fit
that
within the
flow.
track, if the flow doesn't fit with the beat, it's like hard to listen to.
and like
You know?
people still sing along with their favorite songs and don't know the lyrics. That
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
bother
yeah.
them that
Yeah,
much,
that's true.
And still be snapping. You don't know what they're saying.
Man, that's real.
All right, I think we're at this point we're kind of moving into our one segment that we've been keeping from season 1.
The one that we kept.
It is called
Sweet 16.
Yeah, good old
snap.
Sweet 16. Good old Sweet 16. So if this is your first time checking out the podcast, in the first season, me and Susio, we both decided to spit 16 each episode, and now that we have guests with us, we invite them to also bring 16 with them. So we didn't talk about order, but you cool with going last?
Yeah.
You want me
Let's
to
do
go? You went first last time, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go first.
I really don't know.
Get it.
I don't remember.
I think you went first. Yeah, if I recall, I think you went first last
Thank
time.
you. See? Somebody.
Yeah.
Good thing somebody's paying attention.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll go first, Susio, and then. All right.
Young Seda.
Oh, what's this segment called again?
Sweet 16.
All right, here we go. Listen. Here we go, never question my flow. Like a volcano, yes, I'm destined to blow. They call me Dr. JK, and you already know. But for real though, it's the next episode. So, if you plant the seeds, they will grow. With a little bit of nurture, you reap what you sow. Never slow up and keep on your toes. Better to make goals than to wait for Godot. But wait, this ain't a moment, it's a movement. Hip-hop and American revolution. Going through evolutions and always changing. We're living proof, history in the making. Rap diaries, we sharing our stories. Tales of the glory and allegories. Segregated into categories for too long. We coming together more than ever, we're too strong.
Alright. CCO. Stop sending me news, I need that DNA live. You got a boyfriend, don't give me that jive. Turkey asshole, thanks for giving me the vibes. But if I can't slide, I'ma have to say bye or Kwaheri. Niggas they know I speak Swahili. Wanna walk famous senoritas and BBs. Blowing up my phone cause she got to see me. If I told you I was lying, would you believe me? Watching you diss and take money, Doc. Almost hit him up on Champagne Poppy. Checking in my suite at the W lobby. I can't stop winning, somebody try to stop me. Can we please just focus on the progress? Trying to be famous, that's nonsense. Be your true self and everything comes with it. No more rhyming cause my 16's finished.
Okay. I hear that, man. Shout out good people, man. Yeah. Yeah. I use my mind as a way to make me money. I ain't scared to try. Every time I wake up in the morning, gotta pray to God. Feel like Michael Jackson in 09, I ain't scared to die. Feel like Michael Jackson in 09, I ain't scared to die. I gotta get it, that's by any means. Why they talking crazy in my DM, must be in the teens. Yeah, I'm from the bucket where I'm at, we call it RSP. You can ask about me nowadays, I be with G.O.D. I ain't scared to let them know. If I got this little light of mine and I'm gon' let it glow. I might go back to the hood, cause I really give them hope. Play my song in every city and I still got my soul. Yeah, I still got my soul. Yeah, he still got his soul. Man, these rappers fake beefing, man, they still getting old. I just gotta let them know that he's still in control. Long as I'm with good people, the story still getting told. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
in
Didn't
a
even have to.
segment.
Didn't even have to narrate it that time. See that?
Hey,
And that was
Sweet 16.
Good old Sweet 16.
What sample is that from?
It's from the Sweet 16 TV show from MTV back in the day.
Oh,
so it was a show about 16. Wait, am I thinking the right
It was
right
it was
show?
about like I think 16-year-old birthday parties and
yeah,
stuff,
it
wasn't
sound
it?
like
Birthday
that. Like a
party.
Sweet
Yeah.
16 birthday.
Oh, I'm thinking of 16 and Pregnant.
Oh man.
That was a different show. All right,
Yeah, that's a different-
Yeah, Sweet 16 was about the birthday parties.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
was back when MTV was kind of innocent.
Well, good thing that
kinda.
we didn't. Good thing that we didn't call the segment that.
Maybe she got 16. Maybe she got pregnant on her Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
And pregnant.
Oh man. That's wild.
That's too funny, man. Cool. So, what current projects do you got in the works currently?
Yeah, so it's been about a year since the Bucket 26 track has been out. I hosted like a couple, competitions when it came to people doing like an 8-bar challenge on like their IGs or like
Yeah.
TikToks to like, open verse and stuff like that. They do like their verse on the open verse challenge. And, we got 3 participants that, won. And, we've been working these last, couple of months to just put it all together to make a dope remix. So I'm just so excited. I'm so excited for that to release this summer. And I got a special guest on there too that was outside of the competition that,
Okay.
did stuff. So I'm just excited for it to release and y'all can expect it this summer.
Word, man. Word.
All right, nice.
Yeah, I remember the Bucket 26 challenge. I actually started to write something, but I just never finished it and didn't send it or
Oh,
anything.
man.
So,
Shoot.
but
I
but
hear
there was
that,
a lot
man.
of there was a lot of good people putting stuff in response to that.
Yeah.
So
Definitely, man. I never did something like that before. I just saw like people that I would follow.
yeah.
They would do like open verse challenges, and then I would like participate in it. And, I gained a couple followers, and
Yeah.
more people tuned into my music. So I was like, shoot, people like the beat, people like the song. Let me do an open verse challenge, and then it just kind of took off there. Yeah, so
And I know we were talking about D Turtle earlier. I think he did one too, right?
yeah. A lot of people did, man.
Yeah.
Shout out D Turtle, man.
Yeah. Word.
All right. So if you could work with any artist dead or alive, who would it be?
Shoot, I mean,
You can pick one.
when the artist. So there's one artist that I was able to FaceTime them for like a split second, but I would, man, if I can lock in with him and do a song with him, shoot, do a project with him, or just learn from him, be in the studio and learn from him, it would be Andy Mineo. He's a Christian artist from New York. He signed to a label called Reach Records.
Nice.
Pretty much like on a mainstream Christian hip hop scene.
Okay.
Real dope guy. Like I was able to like say hi to him on a FaceTime call for like 2 seconds, but man, like definitely like inspiration like that I take, and like yeah, if I could, cause he produced too. Like he writes his songs, he makes his beats, and he collabs with different people and just. Man, so creative. Like you think of a Kendrick, you think of Kanye, just like how they are like so involved in their craft,
Yeah.
That's kind of like how he is, and I'm like, shoot, I long to be that,
Yeah.
someone that could be in that field that, like I'm hands on with my work. I'm able to produce it. I'm able to co-produce it, or just all of that good stuff. So yeah, it'll be him.
Yeah, it's just good having people that motivate you too.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Helps you grow.
Sure.
Word. As far as performances go, I feel like you performed quite a bit over the last few years or whatever. So what's your favorite performance or like memory from a performance?
Yeah, so I have one that's very vivid. Like I remember when I was, kind of going through like a series of depression, like a few years back. I remember like my therapist was like, say like, if you can envision like your happy place, what would that be? And I remember like saying like, yo, it will be on a stage and like I'm just, killing it, performing and doing that thing. And just thinking about it kind of took me to that place where I'm like, yo, like I'm actually like thankful. I'm grateful. I got this talent, I got this experience, I got connections, I got people that I know and that support me. And one of the things that came to mind was, I believe it was in 2017 or 2016. Shout out Richard Rawl again. He's a mentor of mine. We did a lot of work during the summer of like around those times and stuff like that. At that time, he and a good friend of mine as well named J. Rel, he's who I started doing music with
Okay.
a lot, J. Rel 302. And Richard Raw invited us to go out, and this was like at the Queen, but at the bottom. So it was like where like
on the big stage.
the big stage,
Yeah.
like where like the Tory Lanez or like
Yeah.
those like mainstream
Ja
artists.
Rules.
Yeah,
Esperanza Spalding play there. She's not
Biz
hip-hop,
Markie, R.P. Biz Markie, man. But yeah, like all of that, we were down there with it, and that was like, it was amazing, man. Like just being on that big of a stage with that, big crowd, it felt like a dream come true. And yeah, that's like my favorite memory. So shout out to them.
but
Word.
it's like a totally different venue down there.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
That's what's
Like,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess going into that, or going off of that, if you could perform anywhere in the world, even if you had performed there already, where would you perform?
Man, so I don't know if y'all ever had a dream about this before, but like I had a dream that I performed in Mexico. I'd never been there. My family's from there. Like my father's Mexican, my mom's Puerto Rican. They're both from their motherlands, and I just had a dream that I was out there and like the kids were like so excited. It was chanting me on. I was performing and like I was just like, yo, like these kids like we share the same complexion, we share the same heritage and like that's it's I mean, I don't really know too many like, Hispanic rappers, but there are there, but definitely just like, yeah, like performing in Mexico, like that would be crazy, man. Like just have kids like, yo, you can do this, like I look like you, like, we're in the same heritage, but like, the heart's different, the message is different, just how I move is different. I think, it'll be a good representation for them to look up to.
Yeah.
Is there any like specific venue down there that
I
you know
never
of?
been there, bro.
Yeah,
Never
Only-
been there. I haven't been there yet.
only in
I haven't been there
dreams.
yet. Yeah, only in dreams, man. So shout out my family over there. Yeah, I'm gonna see
Word.
them soon.
Word.
Yeah, you can make it happen.
Yes, sir. Tour Mexico 2026. Let's get it.
Hit up Cancun. That's where you gotta perform at, Cancun.
Bet. You ever been there?
No.
Oh man.
I ain't never been to Cancun.
Shoot.
Susie, where would you perform if you could? Like, where would you want to perform?
Shit. Man, I don't know, man. Anywhere in the world? Well, I lived in Spain for a while, so I think it'd be cool to go back there and perform.
Wow.
Go, I don't know, find some place in Granada.
You performed in Spain before?
No, I'm saying, like, if I could,
Oh, okay.
if I could
Wow.
perform anywhere. Because I was there as a student, and I was a terrible student. I feel like it'd be cool. I could go back there as an artist, even if I play like a dive bar or something.
That's real.
just as like a comparison, just see like where I was in 2008 and then where I am now,
Mm-hmm.
and just to go back there and see like how I see things differently. I don't know.
It's dope.
Since you put me on the spot,
How about you?
yeah. How about you, Jake?
We were supposed to plan to answer this question, but I may or may not have did that. But if I could perform anywhere in the world, I don't know, man. There's so many beautiful places I haven't been to. Let's say like Paris or something.
Yeah,
somewhere
Paris.
fancy and
We,
he said we.
man.
Wee wee. Yeah, that'd be cool too. I would have to say, I don't know, somewhere in the motherland too.
Yeah.
Like
There you go.
not Nigeria.
Okay.
Since I'm Nigerian,
Okay.
go back there. Haven't been to the motherland before, so I think.
Have you been there before?
No,
Oh, okay.
I think I should though.
Yeah, man.
One day.
You got it.
Like,
We'll do a show there, man. We'll do a tour there.
yeah. We're
That'd
gonna
be
tour
dope.
Africa.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was watching the Bob Marley biopic, I guess you would call it.
The movie?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a movie.
biopic or
I think I don't know. Is it biopic or is it biopic?
I thought it was biopic.
It was biopic too.
Man. Well, I guess that's on me then. But anyway, he was doing like a European tour, and he was trying to get he was trying to play Africa, and like they didn't want to go to Africa, but he ended up playing there though.
Well, that's when his
Before he died.
that's
So,
when his booking agent was like
yeah.
trying to like charge them more money or whatever, and Bob told him
What?
specifically not to. He's like, I don't even want any money from this tour, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, have you seen it? Did you see it?
I did not see it yet.
You gotta
I
check
did
it out.
not
It's
see
really
it
good.
yet. Wow.
It's really good. Word, man.
You know, he was a Delawarean.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yep.
Right from
Riverside,
Wilmington.
man. That's crazy.
His mom lived here, and in the movie they're like, "You're gonna go stay with your family in Delaware."
They said that? Oh,
Yeah.
man. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
That's like one regret. If I could, I just wish I was alive back then to be able to go to see Bob live.
Go to the
You
record
think about
shop.
like people who are like watching that, like you have no idea what you're watching.
Yeah.
Right. You're just like, yeah, you're just seeing a guy perform live, but you don't know who he's gonna turn into.
That's so crazy.
Like when they saw Bob Marley, they didn't know they were seeing Bob Marley.
Yeah.
yeah. It's probably like, yo, I know him. I seen him. He cleaned the store. He sold me that one record. Now he's selling a whole bunch of records.
If I could go back in time,
Yeah.
We're gonna have to call this episode Reggae Diaries.
Reggae
Reggae
Diaries.
Diaries.
Shoot, man.
It's going off topic. You know, it's live
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's live for us, yeah. Word, man. So I guess what can people look forward to in the future? You know, what are your goals, like maybe long term, short term?
Yeah, definitely a tour, man. I think I'm as much gigs I do like locally. I'm ready to do a tour. So Lord willing, whenever that's the resources and everything compiles up and we get it together, like yes, let's do a tour. Till then, building up different channels. I've been like releasing some stuff on my YouTube channel. Y'all can look forward to like more seeing those things.
Okay.
Just trying to just really embrace the fullness of being, what I have, being an artist. And I talked about it a little bit off the show about how I started a graphic design business.
Yeah. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so the graphic design business is called Impressio Design. The name comes from my father, actually. He would always say whenever, like, we would, like, do something cool or, like, whenever I rap or something like that, he'll be like, oh, mijo, that was chingon. Chingon means, like, top of the top, best of the best.
Uh-huh.
My dad, like I said, he come from Mexico, so his English is probably, like, on a second grade level. So, like, when I was like, what does chingon mean? He was like, it means, best of the best or, like, very big. And I remember doing my research, chingon is impressive. And in Spanish, impressive is impresionante.
Uh-huh.
And I just shortened it, like how I did with Seda. And I was like, Impressio Design, top of the top, best of the best. So, it's a passion of mine, art. That's what I've done before, the rapping, recording music, and performing. It was art. And now just tapping back into it, as a young adult and as a person that has a following now, with music, I think it's just, only right to, share that gift as well.
Yeah.
Facts. Speaking of like touring and stuff in the future, we always get into these talks about DJs versus live bands.
Mm,
And what I know for your album release, you had a live band,
Yeah.
and I think that was your first time performing with a live band, or
no, I did it
Okay.
before, but this was like a full set live band. There was a DJ there too. Shout out DJ Ant G. He was there. Yeah, it was great, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would you prefer having a band over a DJ, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think it depends, you know. Yeah, I think it depends. I know recently, shout out to my guy Zeke. We had did, and shout out to Chris Anthem as well. He does a lot of open mics in Wilmington, dope artist and poet as well. Me and Zeke recently did a show. We was a featured. We was featured as his open mic list called it was 302 at the 203 at the Academy for Peace
Okay.
right here in Wilmington, and it went amazing. Me and Zeke actually met up a few times before the concert, like weeks in advance to just rehearse. And the way that we went about it was we played the tracks. He brought his piano, and we played even some songs live, and
Okay.
like him like doing it. Man, it was so crazy. It was so amazing, and I would like to do something like that, or with more people. More the merrier. But yeah, something like that for the tour. I think that'd be dope.
Okay. And that's on your. I think I saw a video from that performance. It's on your social medias and stuff.
Yeah, it's on YouTube as well. I
Okay.
released that recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole thing is on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on.
You got to spring for like the tour bus.
You said what?
I said you got to spring for like for the tour bus and you go on tour
Yeah.
like the rock bands did.
Oh yeah, run out something.
Bunch of dudes with stinky feet stuffed into a tour bus.
Oh man.
Sleeping in the bunks.
Shoot.
Like that real tour experience.
Y'all ever been on tour as like creatives and stuff?
I've been when I was like just out of high school and in college. I did a thing called drum corps. And we basically tour around for the whole summer. We
Okay.
get together for like a month and just rehearse basically, and then
Yeah.
we go and do competitions all around. So we have like each corps has like 4 or 5 buses and then
Yeah.
like a equipment trailer and stuff. And so it's not like a tour with like artists as an artist or whatever, but as a performer, that was a really cool experience being able to move around and seeing kind of how it all works, because they
Yeah.
had to do everything. They had to prepare meals for all the members in the drum corps, and you're talking like 150 people, 150 like youth, anyone from like 16 to like 21. So it was like a lot of kids they needed to feed like 3 or 4 times every day. So they had to have all that mapped out. And
Wow.
but that was probably the closest to touring as an artist, I feel like,
That's awesome.
that I can think of,
Shoot.
Yeah.
It's a tour experience. So
Yeah.
That's cool. You been on one? You said?
nah, I mean I played a string of shows, but I wasn't like traveling with the band. I would like play a show and then come back because I had to work. The
Okay,
next
oh,
day
yeah,
every
yeah, yeah.
day. So I drive up here,
Yeah.
drive back down, work the next morning, but that was only for like a week. So I'm gonna say no.
Word. Yeah, I can't even imagine like just doing shows back to back to back to back. I know like as of last year, like yeah, when I dropped the song Bucket 26, like people were hitting me like, yo, we want you to come out and perform this one song. I'm like, I can do more songs. Like y'all paying me
got more
enough
than
to do
one.
more songs. They're like, no, we just want this song.
That's
like-
tight though, man.
All right, bet. And shout out to Cool Kid Generation, Cool Color Kid Generation. They had booked me. It was for an event at William Penn, and that was my old high school.
Okay,
So
okay.
to go back,
Yeah.
like that feeling, like to
Yeah.
go back to, your stomping grounds where was like, man, like, I wouldn't say I was antisocial, but I was growing in my faith. Everyone was kind of like, yo, let's get high in the bathroom and skip school. And I'm just like, nah, bro, I'm really trying, like, you know what I'm saying? I got cat back before. I ain't trying to get cat back again. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying, finish, you know. So yeah, man, like just going back, it was so fun. And yeah, yo, we just want you to do this one song.
Yeah.
I'm like, bet. So
Full circle.
yes, sir. Yeah.
That's tight, man. The last guest that we had, or one of the guests we had, I think it was two guests before this, Russell K. He actually just recently performed at his alma mater, which was Glasgow.
Wow.
So like it's dope. I feel like getting to go back to the schools you came from and perform sounds really dope. I
Yeah.
think me and Susio, we gotta
go back and perform in the band room.
the band room, the auditorium, man.
The auditorium in Glasgow. Wow.
Not performing in the band room.
We're gonna put on a small MTV Unplugged type performance in the band room.
We could do that though too, but we got to do it big.
That'll be the after party.
Word. Man.
Big
That's
show will
real.
be in the football stadium. I got the football stadium too.
Yeah. Just something I was thinking about when Susio was talking about going from like show, then driving back, going to another show, just to stir up some drama.
Uh-oh.
Do y'all think you can consider that a tour if like you're not on the road? Should a tour be like you leave and you do multiple stops and then before you return, or do you think it really doesn't matter? It can be, you can call it a tour even if you're leaving and coming back. What are your thoughts? What are y'all thoughts on that?
I wouldn't like I said when I did it, and it's like I was just playing a show every night. I didn't feel like I was on tour, so I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you need the experience. Like I was saying, you need to be stuffed in a van or a tour
Staying
bus
in
with
hotels.
a bunch, like staying in hotels and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I didn't do any of that. It's like it was like I did like a residency at a bar or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I had the tour experience.
Yeah, I did something like that too, like kind of where I was going at. Like I did shows back to back to back. You know, a couple of them was because I had that song, and they're just
Yeah.
like, "Yo, just come through and do this one song," or, or maybe they wanted me to do a little bit more, but especially that one song. I'm like, okay, but yeah, it was a lot, and yeah, I put out stuff. Shout out my guy Nick Snow. He does a lot of traveling. Went to Boston, just in support of him. And with Zeke, that's where I found out about Zeke and stuff. He got me connected. And yeah, he'll do like the so far. I think it's called So Far.
So
It's
far
like
sounds.
So Far Sounds, open
played-
mics and stuff like that.
I played a bunch of shows.
Yeah.
Like in New York and
Mm.
Philly and stuff. Like they're really nice.
Yo, he took me out to Boston, man. I was just like handling the merch table. I was like, yo, bro, whatever you want me to do, like, just, get me out and about and, just really have that experience where we driving for like 4+ hours, staying out of a motel and eating convention, I don't know what it's called, complimentary food, conventional food.
Complimentary, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Complimentary
the
breakfast.
riders and stuff, or
Like at the motels, they got like the little free breakfast.
oh yeah.
Complimentary breakfast.
Yeah, them.
Nah, it's not
Continental
continental. Yeah,
Continental, yeah. I'm like, yo, that felt like a tour to me.
Yeah, like
but,
that's the tour experience I'm talking about.
yeah,
I
but
ain't had that.
I did stuff where, shout out to him. He inspired me because he would do like a lot of shows back to back to back, but it'll be like within the Delaware area. So he'll come back home, get ready the next day. It's still a lot of work, but I do want that official experience, like what Susio was saying.
Yeah.
Just like packed in the van, come back, you leave for like a month.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, even it doesn't even have to be that long. Like, it
Yeah.
can be a week or a week and a half or 2 weeks or whatever,
Yeah.
But
Artists that go on tour for like months at a
Oh
time.
my gosh, they
and
go
then
like 6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then like hear about them like, oh, they cited exhaustion. It's like all you do is just sing. Like, what are you talking about? And then I started really thinking about it. Like, you're performing every night. Like if you're a
plus
singer,
you gotta
like,
go to
your voice,
sign-ins and you gotta go to interviews and you got like it's not just like the shows.
travel.
You got to rehearse too. If
Gotta
they
rehearse.
change the shows up or whatever.
And they still doing music, I think, too, right? Because I know
Yeah.
like some artists, they bring the studio in a tour
Yeah.
bus, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
might
facts.
Yup.
they might do songs with like other celebrities
Yeah.
that they cross meet, and they're like, oh,
I
let's
saw
do
a
a song.
band that was they were working on their album while they were on tour.
Yeah,
Mm.
the music gotta get done somehow.
It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grind don't stop on tour.
I want to experience it though.
Yeah, I want to too.
I do.
I
Also-
want to feel that exhaustion.
Yeah.
I feel like a dope trip would be to like visit the major cities and like visit like I hate to say historic, but visit a studio in each city that like has some kind of history to it. Somebody big or
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like that would be a really cool trip. Or even like if when we go on a tour,
sir.
eventually when we go on tour,
Right.
we'll each city we stop in, we'll try to hit a studio in the area. I think that would be dope.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I was watching Lil Wayne had a documentary. It's probably out there somewhere. He was like he supported it first and then he didn't support it. So if you can find it, you can find it. It's like this dude, he works. He brings it's like a little studio set. It's like a little mic and stuff like that everywhere he goes. So when he's on tour, he's in his hotel room recording songs.
Wow.
And this is like when he first came out, not too long, and he was like, I probably got like 1,000 songs.
Who is he?
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne did that.
Yeah,
Wow.
so you hear like when he performs, he has to have his lyrics on stage because he was like, I've written so many things that like I don't
Can't
remember the
remember.
songs after I write them.
Yeah.
He'll be like, I'll rap, and then I'll just move on. I'll forget what I said.
There was he was doing some kind of talk or something at a school or college or something, and one of the students like rapped some of his bars to him.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, it's a Wayne, and he was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. Who said that?
What the
That was
heck?
like his bars.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He said that now he takes like 8 weeks on 2 bars.
I heard about that.
He's like, I've said so much, I don't want to say the same thing twice.
That I said everything.
Yeah, I feel like that's
I mean, he's been rapping since he was like 13.
Yeah.
that's a cue when it's
He's
time
like-
to hang it up. When it's like,
like in
when
his
you
40s.
can't write no more.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
Man. That's wild.
What was it? During the mix, there's like that documentary on Netflix, the hip hop documentary. He dropped like 11 mixtapes in a year or something like
Oh,
that.
my
like something
goodness.
crazy.
That's one of those like you write the song before you take a shower. Like you just keep going. You wake up, you don't even brush your teeth. You just hit the record button or something. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know, like how that work.
it's gotta be exhausting.
Yeah, that's
And
a lot.
that's what he said. He said that like that was just too much for him, and that's why
Yeah.
he had to slow down.
Yeah.
Cause like you imagine how your brain is going like that. Like, that's wild.
It's crazy to think that all the artists that we listened to growing up are now like in their 40s and 50s and stuff. Like they're getting
Yeah.
old, yo.
Yeah, like Lil Wayne's been rapping for most of his life, and he's like, was he like 40?
Something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Time.
It's funny because a lot of them used to like talk about the older people trying to rap when they were young, and now it's like y'all still rapping, but I guess they're still relevant. Like they know how to stay
Yeah.
relevant and current
Yeah.
and stuff, and so they can do that.
That's a challenge long term.
Definitely.
Relevant.
Yeah, shout out to the old school, man.
Yeah.
For real, like, yeah, like, just like you said, finding ways to like stay relevant and like them being in that era, like a Rakim, or like a KRS-One,
It's paving
like
the way too.
it's just they don't gotta like act crazy online to stay relevant. Like they actually have substance that'll keep them and sustain them. Whereas of like, you got guys like Lil Pump or whoever, you know what I'm saying? That gotta do something wild.
Yeah.
Like stay or like, like even the whole like Diddy situation, like that has to be going on so they can stay relevant in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's like I don't know, like that's just
I don't know what happened.
where's
I don't know
is
what
it?
happened with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he told us that he won't stop. So somebody needs to
Did y'all see the documentary yet? I didn't get the chance to watch it yet.
I did not.
document it. Did he
The
document
Diddy
it
documentary, yeah.
already?
Is it Did he do it?
Is that what it is?
Nah.
That would have been perfect. Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's a
do it?
right
Did he do
there.
it?
Did he do it?
Nah, man.
What
that's
was the R.
crazy.
Kelly documentary?
Was it on Netflix? He's got a documentary.
Nah, I think I saw it's on like Tubi. or
Tubi,
one
I
of those.
think.
Yeah.
I told you
Yeah,
last
I
week.
wanted to
Tubi
click
has
on it so
everything.
bad. I didn't click on it.
Oh
Man.
man.
I don't
Did
know.
he
I want
do
to
it?
watch it, man. I was watching some clips and stuff. Like, man, it's just kind of disturbing. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I can handle. Did he do it? I mean, I remember Puff Daddy wearing shiny suits and.
I'm cracking
like
up
this,
and
like-
did he do it?
All the guys, daddy. Wow, that's crazy,
I mean,
man.
you see Puff Daddy to me, he got the shiny suits and find out he's doing all this crazy, man.
Y'all think Meek really did something with him?
I heard the audio, man. I wish I didn't.
I don't know, yo.
I don't know
Sometimes
either.
People do crazy stuff, man. To
Cause like some Facebook stuff came up and they're like, we got the audio and we suggest that you don't listen to it. Here's a brief clip. And I was like, maybe I should stop the video. And I was like, nah. And then I was like, man, that's some shit that you can't unhear. I
Yeah,
really wish I didn't listen to that.
man. Like,
but I mean, with AI and shit now, though, like how long ago was this? Because
This
with
was,
AI
like-
now, like
This apparently it was a guy that works for him and he like taped it through the wall.
through the wall, he like had one of those like things, just like holding it against the wall.
I guess like his phone, he's just like holding record.
that's crazy, man. I know on the paperwork
know
it
that-
said that like they said two people that he had like a situation with, and one of them was like Philadelphia rapper went out with Nicki Minaj. People's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's me. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
man. I remember when Meek came up, like doing the rap battles and all of that. Him coming to Delaware, like,
Yeah.
and now he like doing this. I'm like, bro, what happened? Like, oh, like it sucked. Like,
Did
that's
he
what we
do
gotta
it?
do to stay relevant now. I'm like, bro, you actually got talent though. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I don't know, man. People with money, people with a lot of money, can get away with stuff, you know. And
funny.
Where's Clive Davis and all this? Is he even still alive? I think
Couldn't tell you.
I think he's really responsible. I think he started the whole thing.
Mm.
who's Clyde Davis?
Clive Davis was like Diddy's mentor.
Oh, Which means-
Yeah, he probably groomed him.
Diddy got diddied.
We can,
Did he groom them?
and by the way, we can redact all this in case
Man,
in case we're afraid someone's watching.
Nah, we don't got to redact it. We'll redact it, but you know how we redact it.
Oh yeah, but we'll do it the Rap Diaries way.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about relevant stuff, man. Talking about
I know.
the industry. That's what the podcast is about.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
sir. Did y'all talked about like the Kendrick and Drake situation yet?
He actually
Yeah, a little bit.
dropped. He dropped Not Like Us while we were performing it.
Wow.
While we were recording, yeah, with D Turtle.
And so we actually on YouTube there's actually a video of our reaction to it as we're listening to it for the first time. Yeah,
So
with
while
D
Turtle was dissing Q,
Yeah, right.
Kendrick was dissing Drake. Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense.
we were like, yikes.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was definitely because it was like right as we started talking about it too.
And then Alan was like, well, I guess we can redact his name. He's like,
We'll redact it.
He was like, Kendrick just dropped a diss track right now. We were like, what?
That's crazy.
While we were filming, so we had to stop.
To listen to
We
it.
had to stop to listen to it.
Oh, y'all should have
Yeah.
recorded, y'all.
No, we did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Put our reactions on
That's
YouTube.
crazy. I didn't listen to like any of the diss tracks until like I want to say probably like a week or two later. I was just just on grind mode, focusing, working, and then when I was in the gym, one of my trainers was like, "Hey, bro, you heard Metro made like this challenge called BBL Drizzy or something like that?" And I'm like, "No." And he was like, "Yeah, like if you make like the hottest verse, they'll put you on, but you got to diss Drake on it." And I'm like, "I'm not dissing Drake. Like I don't want no smoke with him. Like, you know what I'm saying?" And yeah, then I heard it and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy how they both are like going back and forth, and like just the wordplay and all of that is like it's art. It's really art."
For sure.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since there's been anything like that, so I think that's adds to the excitement, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other times it didn't turn out so well. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be careful. Some people they don't understand the line between entertainment and reality and take this stuff too seriously.
I know his security guard got shot,
I heard that
Yeah.
too.
and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Do they know if that was like?
Connected?
Yeah.
Who knows, man? It could have been anybody. It's like I don't think I think it said that Drake was not there. But like if you run into circles, you know who Drake's bodyguard is. Like
Yeah.
That's crazy. Man.
Shoot.
it's not hard to figure out. Send somebody. It's crazy, man. Crazy in the entertainment world.
Yeah. I say when people got a lot of money, they can kind of do what they want, you know.
Yeah.
But now a lot of stuff is starting to come out and exposing people and stuff. So
Oh yeah. Everyone's getting exposed.
Everyone's getting exposed. I don't know if you heard of the artist named D1. D1, solid dude. I can't wait to meet him. He be calling out artists like Rick Ross, Meek Mill, like a lot of just people, and just would kind of like talk about certain things like that, exposing them, or like,
Yeah.
you know, how are you like, bettering, the community, but then you're also talking about like doing drive-bys, like
right.
you're a millionaire talking about doing drive-bys still.
Yeah.
Like, so I always find that like, wow, like it's just interesting to see that. And like I said, like with, Meek, like, I love his music, he's a real dope artist. It's just sucked that like kind of got to be in a situation to like sell more records to like be relevant. You kind of got to dance in a circle or do like a 6ix9ine thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
Shoot, man. I was thinking of something I can't remember right now though.
That's why 50 Cent said, if you're not afraid, I don't know. Just don't take it too far.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what someone is really like, what they're capable of. So be careful.
Sure. I think we're kind of coming to a close. That was definitely some great conversation. A lot of good topics and relevant topics too.
Keeping it current.
But let's give it up one more time for young Seda. Settle down.
Yeah, quiet.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll have some links in the description and everything of some of the things we talked about. Some album info, some YouTube links, social media links, all that good stuff. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you have any thoughts you want to put in the comments, feel free to do that. Next week will actually be our season finale.
Yep.
We'll have a special guest joining us, so make sure you tune in to find out who that is. And I think that's pretty much it. We appreciate y'all. This is Rap Diaries Season 2, Episode 4. And matter of fact, before we close it out, I'm JK for real.
I'm Chris El Sucio.
and I'm young Seda.
And that's a wrap. Peace.
Yeah, peace. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap.